up Suilvermount International School. And I also welcome the President of Suilvermount. Now I hand over the mic to Rishma ma'am to talk a few words.
Hi, good afternoon all. And കൂടുതൽ വലിയ പ്രസംഗമോ കാര്യങ്ങളോ ഒന്നും സംസാരിക്കാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നില്ല. We are eagerly waiting to know what you people have to speak. You people, നിങ്ങളുടെ ideas എന്താണ് എന്നുള്ളത് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങളുള്ളത്. So you can be relaxed. You can think. Okay, let this be a joyous moment and also a thoughtful moment. Okay, anyways, we'll start. I ask Coaches Money Ma'am also.
On behalf of folks that are not looking at political society, actually we heartily welcome you and we are ready to watch and hear what you people think of the society. I wish all everybody a warm welcome as well as all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I think we can start the debate. A moderator for him. I hand over the mic to moderator for him.
Debate on the topic is women's upliftment her own responsibility for the societies. I'm here for him and I'll be moderator for this exciting event. We are excited to have 10 distinguished speakers with us today and offers unique insights and perspective on this topic. On my left, team A, it supports that it's women's her own responsibility for the upliftment. While on my right side, it's team B who contradicts and tells that it is the society's responsibility. Now, to kick things off, I invite team A.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nali from grade 7, introducing our team for a debate. In my point of view, when women always have support from the society, they will lose their freedom and ability to express themselves in the public. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Esteemed judges, respected opponents, and audience. Today, I stand before you to argue that the upliftment of women is in fact a responsibility of the society as a whole, not just the individual women themselves. The role of society is shaping women opportunities, rights, and social standings is undeniable. And it is social responsibility to create an environment where women can thrive. Key terms: upliftment of women, the process of improving women's social and economical and political conditions. Society refers to institution, law, cultures, and norms, and systems that influence individual lives. Responsibility. Duty to act in interest of creating a better and fair environment for women. Society, social support enable women to break glass ceilings. Women who has risen to high levels in business, politics, and other fields have often done so because society has provided the necessary and infrastructures for them to succeed. Example: Indira Gandhi, the first female Prime Minister of India, became a leader in a country undergoing significant political changes. The social political conduct in India allowed her to rise to power.
I agree with your point, but society wouldn't have made those institutions if women did not protest for their free will and rights.
Also, women should empower themselves. I think it is their own responsibility to stand up on their two feet. When you stand up for yourself, you feel more accomplished than when someone else is helping you stand. We would like to disagree as we believe that many women have been provided health care, education, and various other facilities so that the society could empower women. Let us take an example of Marie Curie. She was not only a world-renowned scientist, but she took the head of the University of Paris and the head of her husband, Pierre Curie. We also believe that women themselves should not take responsibility. While individual empowerment is important, women face various external barriers such as systemic discrimination, gender discrimination, and stereotyping that the domestic work should naturally come to women. According to the UN Women's 2020 report, societal norms, lack of access to education, and financial troubles are the primary factors for hindering women's advancement in many regions.
That's a nice point from Team B. Is there anything from Team A to contradict? Yes, even for that point, I believe it's relevant. Many communities and men still do not believe in women and usually disregard them as people who cannot do anything. In our point of view, self-care helps women to improve their mental and physical well-being, leading to an overall positive impact in their life. And they can improve and strive for a betterment of their own lives. Societal change is ongoing, but it's far from complete. Women still experience gender-based violence, limited access to opportunities, and inequality in many parts of the world. And a UN woman study revealed that 1 in 3 women worldwide experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. A glaring example of why society needs to take more action to protect and uplift women.
I agree with your point, but in my point of view, society creates stereotypes which makes people think that women should do all the household work. For example, women are usually extremely talented, and cracking the question potential can make them to be one of the most smartest and intelligent people. In 1881, Rams David managed to study an entire language by himself through hard work and perseverance. We do think that your point is relevant, but it needs to have some change. As societal norms and cultural biases are not actually limiting women's potential. I am not saying that it doesn't limit it at all, but a bit. And deep-rooted gender biases and stereotypes often restrict women and confine them to their household domestic activities. Also, Ishwara Vidyasagar, who was a famous reformer, made many schools in Calcutta, and Jyotirai Phule also made many schools in Pune. And even though people set up schools, education, and laws to stop study and encourage widow remarriage, still women are not taking advantage of these laws.
Okay, I believe that that was a good point. But even if public facilities were provided and many harmful exercises were banned, it was because of the rallies and efforts the women put in. For example, because of women's protests and the feelings they faced, that was the reason for the abolishment of many exercises. And in my point of view, if women keep on relying or if they become dependent on the society, they may get the lack of independence, which may not allow them to adapt to new situations. Steve and Kayako, they depend on society, which may cause them to always depend on it. How do you like to reply for it?
I agree with your point, but I feel that Many women have been uplifted with the help of society. For example, Malala Yousafzai, as we all know, survived a Taliban assassination attempting for advocating girls' education. Still, she persisted, and with the help of international magazines, communities, and education systems that helped her to thrive. And due to her, many children, girl children, started to get educated. That's a strong point. What do you have to say? Malala Yousafzai acted on her own free will and her fire within herself to protect girls. She herself was a woman. Also, women are role models for almost all females in their life. My mother, the role model for me to act as my own person, not fit in with society. That's a nice point. What do you have to say for that?
This argument fails to recognize that many women succeeded because they defied social expectations and broke the mold. If society really wanted to uplift women, we would need to rely on individual. I'm sorry, that is your comment. While individual women may defy stereotypes, the barriers and stereotypes that they must overcome are products of social systems. These systems create obstacles, and without social reform, these barriers will remain. Women should not have to break stereotypes alone. Society must change its norms to provide equal opportunities and eliminate gender bias in all sectors, including the workplace, education, and media.
Okay, what you told was valid. But as you told that stereotypes can be destroyed with the help of society. Stereotypes are made by the society. So if it is destroyed by society, it will be again made up by the society. So which leads women in a serious development. And in my point of view, when women always have a support from the society, they will use their ability for the freedom and independence.
I understood what you're trying to say. That society has created these barriers that they have to break through, that the women have to break through. Well, many laws have been made as in India and the USA. The Title 9, 1972 in the US, which mandated equal access to education and even broke stereotypes. And broke stereotypes that women have to be confined to their home. This law stated that women can go out, study, become educated, achieve a high level in society, become a very good professional and a very Yes, the point you said is valid, but many of the parents of girls do not allow their children to go and study. Instead, the woman should depend upon other women and someone and go to school. For example, access for Cleopatra, the famous rulers of Egypt. They had fathers who were not from Egypt, but they were only child and only the third family. So whenever Francis asked her father to become the next ruler, the father used to be the Lord and Pastor was asking such an absurd question as men in that time and society as children in that time believed that women should not be a ruler. Instead, there should be always be a wife and a helper to men and the other society. But Francis refused to believe in her father and instead became one of the greatest rulers of Egypt and created the extremely magnificent architecture as we can see in a That's an absolutely fantastic point. What do you have to say for that? Riham here said that Cleopatra was a great woman ruler and achieved her success because she had that fire in her. Well, imagine a place where women and rural families can't even afford money. While Cleopatra had none of that values. Cleopatra was already a high-ranking Egyptian monarch. She already had wealth, education. And when we imagine the women in rural areas providing food and education, the government has set up schools, society has set up schools to empower
Can you give some examples for historical? Can you give some examples for the point you gave?
Okay. For example, many government schools have been set up in towns, districts, and cities, all for people who can't afford an education. Now they can send their girl children to school, and this is the responsibility of society.
Thank you. Yes, but as reported in the first point, many of the people at that time were poor people who married and society made the man rich and powerful people. For example, Pauline of Athens. In every good of the king, she was the marriage was by society, and yet even though she was rich and powerful, she had no other purpose. To get married to a cruel and arrogant king. The cruel and arrogant king, who did not have a boy son, killed Adam Gordon as he thought that he could not produce any baby. This I makes me think that men always used to torture women just for the simplest thing that aren't even their problem. So I believe that society was pressure on women that they didn't know. Thank you, ma'am. TV, how do we contradict that point?
You see that Henry Newton, the person who married Anne Boleyn, was forced to marry, Anne Boleyn was forced to marry him. Well, let's not talk about how Catherine of Aragon, Henry Tudor went behind the back of Catherine of Aragon and slipped love letters to her, which forced her to marry him. And it was not how it was. Anne Boleyn was not forced at all. She in turn loved the king back, and it was that spirit that wanted her to marry King Tudor.
The thing that you said was true. But the problem is that nowadays, when a woman go into a male dominant city or a town, they may get abused or discriminated just because of their gender. So, males should understand about the feelings of feelings. And in my point of view, the females they should be relying on themselves instead of society. Can you give me any news report and some examples? Back in 2016, a woman got abused. She went to a high-end paid engineer job as she was accepted. But at that time, most of the members of that company were male. They did not like being ordered by a female co-worker or a boss. And she asked the men of the company abused her, saying that she was inept for the conditions and the policies of that company. Thank you.
I also have another news report regarding this incident. In 2006, one female was in these fields went to a male dominant in Egypt. When after the report, when the lights turned off, she got brutally abused and raped after because she was in the middle of male dominant.
Any other point from team A? History. Yeah. So, as So you guys said that even though the society avoids the public facilities, most of them are discriminated and abused in the public facilities. So what is the benefit of this society? Many women are discriminated and abused. What is the benefit?
You see that many women are abused, raped. When women can approach the police now takes strict action against those who commit these unforgivable crimes. And not only that, the Indian government, yes, our Indian government has set up the Department of Women and Child Welfare, where every woman can go to if they feel they're abused. This is not made by the woman herself, by the society. Made sure that women have a place to go to if they feel that they're abused or they're bad. That point is extremely good and valid, but have you thought about the current police officers that are available and in the market for police system? For example, I will take a real life story from 2006. An incentive for our 13-year-old student, Samia, was sent by her parents for extremely poor to go and study in Goa with the family. That family is instead doing work. When the month of September when something was wrong, they went to go and find the community. They went to the country. But soon, in 2023, it recently found out that the dead body of Samya was found in the near Goa. Not even. How? The family which adopted or was taking care of Safiya, they mistreated her and made her do lots of works that were abuse to her body and mentally stressed her. Why not they working on her job that she was given? An extremely hot boiling water oil fell on her body, and her body was crippled and extremely beaten up. But they eventually the police reported. The police was a huge friend of the person and she was working him and instead beat her, Safiya up and sent her back. They police together buried them in the Goa base and kept no evidence available. So I think not always the police system is correct. Also, like as you said, the society has given branches of police departments, right? So, do you think a society makes a woman feel comfortable after something so traumatic has happened to her? It's not so easy. People don't make her feel okay. It's as if she has done something wrong, not the other. You say that women don't provide rehabilitation. Well, talk about Pandita Ramabai, who was a woman well versed in science. She set up a women's nursing home for widows who have been treated badly by their husbands. She raised them to be economically active. And this was, of course, supported by the government. And also, the government has set up various other rehabilitation centers. Talk about the benefit of splendid and equality in society. Well, this has been set up to empower women to take care of their health, as not much people are aware about the various atrocities women are going through. We are slightly going off the topic, so don't go off the topic.
Okay, I think that that's fine. But even if you told that many public facilities and things are added into the society for the help of for the helping women, it was it is their feeling, their intention if they want to join it.
Kaya, you think that women don't want to be empowered? Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was pivotal in the American civil rights movement as all know. But her courageous act of refusing of the seat may also make possible to commit broader support for social reform and advocacy. Groups such as the NALC, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. This organization and the greatest social movement created the conditions for Rosa Parks defines could become a catalyst for the change. Rosa Parks' actions through personal was amplified by societal frameworks and widespread public movements aimed at the ending and advocating equal rights.
What you told was right, right. Rosa Parks refused to leave the scene. But it was not because of the help of society. She felt it was in her own heart that she felt that she is discriminated.
Any other point?
So, from this incident, we can understand that women should stand up for themselves to increase their confidence and also to be very stable.
Rosa Parks had in the that 5%, which she wanted to stand up to the fight. But know that because of her state, because of her state that the government, it was because of her role that the government set up the National Association for Advancement of Biometrics. This had a shared responsibility of both Rosa Parks and the government.
But also, before this incident, many of the government people were white people who supported men and not women. Instead, women usually beg for saying out loud and many things that they were not allowed to say. For example, the first woman prime minister of Britain, Margaret Thatcher, she used to get she was usually abused by her father and many other family members. So you abuse to little and fight. She became the prime minister through perseverance and hard work. And she, instead of backing out, she created many laws to create a safe environment for women.
Well, let's talk about Margaret Thatcher. While Margaret Thatcher's personal ambition was significant, her success was also dependent on the evolving political structures in post-war Britain. Societal shifts in Britain allowed for more women to assume positions in the power of politics, education, and various other high levels. Without these societal conditions, the path would have been much more difficult.
Any other points you want to make? Even if there was societal help and for Margaret Thatcher to become prime minister, this is mainly and mostly many of the reasons for very powerful leaders were the born women or people who supported her and not the main society. Many examples of that are lies in history. So I think society does not always help women on becoming a leader and what she truly is. And instead it's the community of people who will.
Then, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The name itself shows confidence. U.S. Supreme, she was the first U.S. Supreme Court Justice. You see that women don't assume high political powers, but her path to the Supreme Court shaped by the important societal understanding of gender equality, civil rights, and the woman's role in the workforce. Yes, it was the society who shaped gender equality, civil rights, and various other things. While her intelligence was critical, we must not ignore that society also had a major role in paving her path to become U.S. Supreme Court Justice.
Even if she reached in a high position, she was dedicated and with the resistance. So, in my opinion, I tell that it's not only because of society, it's also because of the confidence and mental ability of the woman which help them support and move forward.
Any new points?
While that may be true, it overlooks the fact that Ginsburg's success working next was linked to the civil rights movement in the 1960s and 1970s, and the legal structure that were being reformed allowed more women into law schools and leadership positions in the legal profession. Without these societal changes, her appointment to the Supreme Court may not have been possible. Education and access to growth. Society can uplift women by making sure every girl has access to quality education, which equips them with skills and confidence needed to succeed. Promoting women with STEM fields, known as science, technology, engineering, and math, through scholarships, mentorship programs, and school initiatives, will open doors to more career paths for women. I don't know what you're getting from my book. It all the fact that Ginsburg had education which was provided by the government or society.
Government has supported many situations like this. It was mainly the perseverance and hard work of rich aristocratic who came for many other religious movements who supported women who had true potential and helped them into the top as we know them as they really are. That the society did not help them into the help of the women themselves and rich people, or rich women specifically. The example is Begum Shokleya Shaukat Hussain. She was the main reason why many Muslims of that time, 1800s to 1900s, got women education which he provided. Begum Rokeya Shaukat Hussain. The word in itself has Begum. Begum is usually the name allotted to rich aristocratic Muslim households. They have enough funds and resources then to empower women, set up schools. But we have to remember that the government also did the same.
Even though Beckham was a rich person, she can only help a handful of people. Financial independence is a crucial component of women empowerment. Society can help by it. Societies should invest in women-owned businesses by providing them with access to funding, mentorship, and business networks, as well as breaking down barriers to women's entrepreneurship. It's essential for society to support equal representation in leadership roles across all industries so that women have a seat at the decision-making table.
Many of these but many ladies that are Sarojini and Pratima Patel just got into the government just for women can get their power and achievement they need for them to be successful in life and get their true potential. We have to remember that Sarojini Naidu and Pratima Patel was both educated with schools and even at the time of colonial era, schools were still being provided to women and girls. So we can say that Sarojini Naidu had been educated with the help of society. Even
What you said was a very good point. But even if there were public facilities like schools, colleges, and institutions, it was her field and her dedication that she needed to get educated and reach into a high position.
In conclusion, it's evident that how society can uplift women and empower them. In conclusion, the upliftment and empowerment of women is primarily the responsibility of the society, not just individual effort. While personal drive is important, it is the social structures like legal reforms, cultural shift, and institutional support that truly enable women to succeed. Laws like Title IX and global initiatives such as UN's Gender Equality Goal create equal opportunities for women. Figures like Mary Curie and Oprah Winfrey succeeded because societal changes allow them to break barriers in science and media. Similarly, women leaders like Indira Gandhi and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf rose to power due to changing political landscapes and current social support.
okay, we believe all of that, but I didn't have an opinion. In all of our point of view, we believe that the responsibility of a woman is the responsibility of a woman, and other members of society should not interfere with them. Both the teams gave an excellent performance. Now, in conclusion, it is evident that it is a shared global responsibility. It is clear that both society and women themselves have important roles to play in this crucial issue. So,
Now let's take our play our role and help the society and good women themselves to flourish in the future. Thank you.
Who made the food for you? Who made the food for you? Just think. You don't have to tell. Just think. Who bought the things for all of that? Who had the money for it? Who served it to you? Who ate? And after eating, did you take the plates and cups into the kitchen? Did you wash it? What about the dress that you are wearing? The dress that you are wearing, was it washed by you? Was it ironed by you? Yes or no? Yeah, how many of you iron the dress or wash the dress by their own? Yes, so we are seeing in very few numbers of hands, maybe your small children. And very surprisingly, very small numbers even in females. Okay? So actually, what we have to think. So I belong to a very older age group. We all belong to older age. We are all doctors. So I just want to tell you that I belong to a time when many of my cousins got married during 9th standard. You can't believe. Okay? My mother herself got married at the age of 16. At the age of 15, in 8th standard, and she delivered me the very next year. Because that is the anatomy, human body. Okay. But are we ready for all those things? No. So, from our own determination, we need our own determination. So, I wanted to study hard. I think ma'am also is like that. I'm not talking regarding that question because I know being a male, he had special privileges. But for me to study further, I had to threaten my father, threaten my family. I had to starve for 3 days to go for further studies. And then I was given a chance to study once, one chance only. If I don't get through, I'll be married and sent away. In 9th standard, just 1 year ahead of you, 1 or 2 years maybe, when I was a kid. So, how was it possible that I'm standing here and talking to you now? What do you think from what you had a very good discussion now? I think just now the heated discussion was going on and now we had to stop it due to lack of time. So all your teachers also belong to how what I told you, that story applies to all the teachers here too. So it doesn't come one fine morning. Nobody will give to us one fine morning. We have to decide for ourselves that I have to move forward, whatever be the condition. I have to do my part. And I have to tell others that please help me. And I have to have my family behind. I have to have the society behind to move forward. Even if society is not there with us, they will ultimately come with us. Okay, so we should move forward and society will definitely help you and family also will help you. But we have to help each other. So the change comes from home, from within. So we ourselves have to see whether it be male or female, when you go out, you have to think of your mother, your sister. How you behave to them or think of them, you have to think of the same way. Another lady is somebody's sister, somebody's mother. So it's a mutual respect and love that we give to each other. And nobody will come and give us opportunities. We have to search for opportunities. We have to utilize opportunities. Nobody will come and tell us, say, ma'am told there's a debate. There are few people who came up, few people who didn't. So it's not a win or lose. It's participation. You win only when you participate. Isn't it? And another thing is, you don't have to worry regarding what others will think. You don't have to worry at all because nobody has time to think about themselves. Then how can they think about you? Nobody is going to think all those things. So be brave, be strong, help each other, and respect women and all the fellow human beings. It should be there in your blood, in your body language, in what you speak. Okay? So we have to make use of opportunities each and every moment. We have to be thankful and we have to learn in your duty is to learn further to understand society. You have to do your bit. And as you grow further, you will become great, great people. Who are great people? What do you think? Who are great people? Great people are people who can influence at least one person in their lifetime, according to me. Or those who are happy and can make at least one person happy. So we are all so happy, teachers are happy because they are leading too many students forward. We are happy because I don't know how many patients ma'am has seen today. How many ma'am? Maybe 40, 50 just now within afternoon. And Jai Krishnan, two surgeries. 20 cases he has finished. And I have also come from a hospital. So when our life is useful to somebody, it becomes meaningful. So being a female doesn't make us different from a male. He is our friend. See, I called him, he came. Ma'am as my senior consultant, I called ma'am. Ma'am came. So than a bank balance of money, what is more important? It is a bank balance of good relations in your life. May it be male, may it be female. Okay? So be happy, utilize everything, each and every moment. Utilize each and every moment. Don't ever think what others will think. Okay? We are so happy to be with you people because we also have been like you people once in our life. So thank you so much for the wonderful discussions. I think you were on track and at the heat of discussion when we had to end it. So thankful to all of you and Principal Hosat ma'am, Srikata ma'am, and sir and ma'am, and because I know all of them just like family. Okay. And
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being such a wonderful competitors. And the discussion was so hot that I just came in, but I was able to get through what you people have prepared. First of all, I would like to thank ma'am for coming with this proposal. And even for a short reduction of time, as I said, Srilata ma'am took it up and they went forward. It was not an easy day for me. I had finished one of the duty at St. Joseph and I'm running here because I just wanted to see how the kids perform. And always, as usual, I'm very confident with my kids. They speak the way they think, and that has happened here also. And it was a wonderful preparation. I hope the rest who are sitting as audience, did you feel a woman has importance in society? You felt? Because without a mother, without a sister, without a wife, without a child, a daughter, we can't see the world existing, isn't it? As Reshma ma'am said, there are two things, which is one thing is within you and one thing is from the society. You need to be pushed forward. I got married when I was 15. If I'm leaving the school, completing my MSc, MN, and moving forward, it's something which has driven me from inside and which the society also helped me out to be what I am today. And if you could hear from every one of us, like in 80s or 70s, those who were born, we'll all have similar stories to be shared with you all because it was our choice which made us move forward. Today, the children are being given all the facility. When you have exams, just an PT or an LOA, Don't you think your mother will give you all the freedom to sit and study rather than giving you some work? Either it's a boy or a girl. Don't they do? I think they do maximum work for you during your exam days, not letting you do anything other than studies. Ma'am, what was our condition at that time, ma'am? Were we being given such a freedom? No. Yes. We were having a regular days, like ask Kusha ma'am, Srilata ma'am, or Kochesmani ma'am, anybody, we were at regular. Like we were not given such privilege, still we were able to do something. That means children now, you should think, as Reshma ma'am rightly pointed out, be a good human being, not be a woman, neither be a man, be a good human being, be a part of a society which will uplift the society, and we will make a great generation coming forward. And at Silvermount, we are very happy to know that there is no girls and boys. There are only students here. So thank you for that, and thank you for wonderful session here. Ma'am, just 2 words, ma'am.
And I think Principal and Dr. Reshma said so many things to you. I think both ways, you have to, the support should come from you. It's only you, if you have the confidence, if you have the positive attitude, you can go at any extent. But at the same time, community and family, they have the raw materials, I think. They have to give you proper support and they have to give you all the other facilities. Then only you can rise. Even though you are not getting, you can always. If you are that much confident, if you are that much brave, you can, if you are ready to face anything, you can go and against it. But at the same time, community has the right and family has the right, men has the right to empower them. The debate was so wonderful. Even though you people are very young, you are doing very well. I'm really, really proud of you. And I think, yeah, see so many. And Dr. Shana was, you are taking next from here only. I think you are mine. I delivered you. Yeah. You are the third child, no? I only delivered you. So I am so proud to see all the children. And it was a wonderful debate. I think you should think about whenever you are going, just like Reshma said, gender equality is it's very, very good. But all in our spiritually we are saying nobody is getting that much priority. But our still what the women are facing, what the girls are facing, what's happening. 4 days back, you know what happened? One child, one young fellow, 33-year-old, this one fellow, what he did? He killed his brother. He killed his fiancée. He tried to kill his mother. He killed his one of the two relatives. Totally he killed 5. Did you read the newspaper? Did you see the news? So, because maybe because of the addiction of drugs, whatever it is, the society is going very bad, I think. The drugs are influencing the youngsters a lot. So my children, that's my advice. You just be a lift. I think you just help you at that extent. Whatever help you want, we can also do from any psychologist, counseling, whatever it may be. We can do. So be good children. Go with this positive attitude. Respect your opposite sex. Whoever it is, give maximum support. Okay? You can be a very good children, you can be a very good citizen, you can be like anything. Okay, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Good afternoon, principal, teachers, and my dear students. You have put up a very good debate for us. It was a treat to watch. That was a very short notice of time. You have done prepared very well. Congratulations. And I think the audience who are sitting here must have got many good ideas when you leave this room today. You should make all these things practical in your life. Then only this debate will be meaningful. I thank Suilvermount School, the principal, teachers, everyone for this nice opportunity for us for this debate. Thank you.
We have brought prizes for you, mementos. on behalf of Pengalmana Obstetrics and Gynecology Society, the wing of doctors. Okay, what he said was right. We stand for women because our specialty is related to women. So definitely, we all, even if it is male, we stand for it. We see their struggles more often. So that is why we are here. And we have our gifts for you, for all of you who have participated and school.